Assalamu alaikum. This is Florentin Smarandaci, professor of mathematics at the University of New Mexico in United States. I am happy to hear about the International Conference on Nursing from Port Said University that will be held Thursday, starting Thursday from 9 to 10 September. Also, I want to congratulate Professor Dr. Ahmed Salama, who is a very passionate, full of energy and dedicated man of science, for his gold medal award. And to salute also the foundation of the Nitrosophic Knowledge International Journal that will be in English and in Arabic and will comprise all fields of knowledge where Nitrosophic set, logic, probability and statistics apply. Professor Salama has dedicated his life to science, to research, to publications, and I'm happy for the International Federation of Scientists and Researchers that has been founded in Egypt. And I continue by saying good luck to the conference and keep in touch, and just send me information about the conference. We can publish in our Nitrosophic journals the Nitrosophic papers from your International Conference of Nursing. Shukran.
Peace, mercy, and blessing of Allah. With you, Prof. Dr. Huda Khaled from Tel Aviv University, Iraq, and the President of Nitrosophic Science International Association, Iraqi branch. It's not strange for the Egyptian nation to prominent scientists on the international level like Ahmed Zewail, Majdi Jacob, Farouk Elbaz, and the famous physic Mustafa Musharraf are those four contemporary scientists. As an Arabic mathematician, it's with my honor and proudness to see other Egyptian scientists like Prof. Ahmed Salama are tracking their traces. I warmly thank them to choose me as a member in the High Supreme Advisory for the World Federation of the Scientists and Researchers. This is a good opportunity to introduce my warmest congrats for the occasion of launching the new Nitrosophic Knowledge Journal of Modern Science and Arts that will be issued in October 2020. Also, sincere gratefulness goes for Dr. Ahmed Salama for inviting me to the 6th International Conference in the College of Nursing, Port Said University, that will be held on 10th September 2020. Finally, it's worthy to mention deserved golden medal that was awarded to esteemed Dr. Ahmed Salama is one of 5 gold medals that would be awarded to 5 eminent scientists around the world, were donated from NISIA, Nitrosophic Science International Association Iraqi branch, for his achievement in nitrosophic theory. Thank you. And
hello everyone. This is Madeleine Tahan, a math researcher from Lebanese International University, Lebanon. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Salama for putting his trust in me and nominating me to be one of the Supreme Advisory Board for the World Federation for Scientists and Researchers. Such a World Federation is of the very few found in our Arab countries, and indeed it's of great importance for researchers, and in particular for Arab researchers, to have such an international community. Second, I'd like to take the occasion to congratulate Dr. Salama, Dr. Smarandaci, my dearest, and Dr. Yasser for the launching of their new journal, Journal of Modern Science and Arts, in which its first volume will going to be released on October 2020. Finally, I want to wish best of luck for the World Federation for Scientists and Researchers, and also for the journal to achieve their desired goals.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Assistant Prof. Fawzi Hamza Al-Hassan from Iraq, University of Babylon, College of Education for Pure Science, Department of Mathematics. In the beginning, I would like to extend my thanks and appreciation to Professor Dr. Ahmed Salama, Researcher and Scientific. Very soon, a new international journal will be issued that is interested in publishing in all scientific and literary field entitled Nitrosophic Knowledge, Journal of Modern Science and Art. Thanks.
Hello everyone, this is Mr. Ahmed Hatib, Nitrosophic researcher, University of Gaziantep, Turkey. I want to thank Professor Ahmed Salama for his kind invitation to join the International Federation of Researchers in United States America, and I hope a good luck for this federation to achieve its goals and be the ideal institute for researchers and scholars.
Hello all, this is Rafif Al-Habib, Doctor in Mathematical Statistics and Programming, Al-Bas University, Syria. At first, I would like to extend my thanks to the founder and the president of the International Arab Nation Federation, Professor Dr. Khalid Muhammad Abdul Latif, and the Secretary General of the International Federation of Scientists and Researchers, my teacher and my wonderful father, Professor Ahmed Salama, for their support and the precious confidence in granting me membership of the World Federation of Scientists and Researchers, as well as chose me as a member of the Supreme Advisory Board of the World Federation of Scientists and Researchers. I pray to God to guide us with good and blessing. I congratulate all researchers in all science of knowledge on the founding of the Modern Scientist Journal, Nitrosophic Knowledge, whose first publication will be in October 2020. I wish all the scientific team of the journal good luck. Good willing, soon this journal tops the highest international rankings. I am grateful and proud of my work with the founder of Logic, the wonderful Professor Florentine Samardanka, and with the godfather of the Nitrosophic in the Arab world, Professor Ahmed Salama. All thanks and appreciation. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Salam alaikum. It is my great pleasure and honor to talk once again to Professor Ahmed Salama. We have been together in Cyprus University in recognition, and then we are together now in Marlinskaya Academy in Moscow. In fact, another professor from Egypt is there, Madame Bohra. We are working together in some senses of the term working and in senses of togetherness. We belong to the same scientific associations. We have from the basis a mathematical preparation, and Professor Salama, more than me, went into the health sciences. In fact, he did the necessary issues to make a school of nursing, to whom I spoke last year once in a shorter video. And also this year she's preparing in Fairuz in April a congress. And then it appears that inshallah, Professor Florentine Smaradance and me, we are going to stay for some time working in Egypt with your team. Allow me to talk a little bit about myself. I am less than my father. My father was once in Egypt in 1991 in a statistics congress in Cairo. In fact, my father is the founder of statistics in Portugal. My father was African. My father was African from Mozambique, and he founded the Statistics of Extremes. My father was in '77 the first Secretary of State for Science in a socialist government who was the first constitutional government in democracy. In fact, he's one of the founders of the Socialist Party. He was State Secretary for Science, and he put research in the universities. There is a small similarity at a lesser scale that he did it in Egypt. The biggest and longest in time museum of the world is the one in Cairo, and my father brought to Portugal a smaller museum of anthropology. My father did this job for a short time. In fact, he died early of a heart attack. He died younger than me. And somehow I followed him. I followed him in the history and philosophy of sciences. And somehow I brought them to Africa, that he left in the youth. Essentially, I built mathematics and philosophy in Cape Verde, and then I worked eastward. I went to the Pacific and did the same, essentially, in Timor. Nowadays, it appears, inshallah, with luck, that we are cooperating together. I shall be there in a Congress, and I hope to prolongate my stay for a longer time. I hope that there will be an investment similar from the Egyptian government, namely at national and at local level in the School of Neurosophy, as my father has done in a way similar, first as professor and secondly as government member. In fact, my father built the scientific centers in the universities, and if I understand well, the Neurosophy who already has in Egypt television to whom I think I'm talking now, and has also a group of mathematics. I hope the Neurosophy becomes a recognized current for science in Egypt. In fact, Egypt, I follow for a long time what Egypt did in sciences. I cannot forget that Euclid lived in Egypt, in Alexandria, and he built the elements for the basis of geometry. And nowadays in Alexandria, we have the pioneer, Professor El Nashian, the pioneer of chaos, solitons, and fractals. In our center, not in our center, sorry, in our Moscow Academy, Malinskaya, we have Professor Salama, we have Professor Madame Bushra. And the other most important person for culture and for the history of mankind is Minister Awas. It appears that in the last December, like a Christmas present, he went to Curitiba to build a museum of pharaohs. And he built it in a, I would say, a spiritual center where I was once, the Rosicrucian Center. I attended there to a ceremony of spiritual initiation made in the sense of the pharaohs. In fact, it appears that one of the main pharaohs, about 25 centuries ago, was the father of the Rosicrucians in a spiritual way of presenting it. Now it appears that I have to talk a little bit about philosophy. I see it as a philosopher. In the history of philosophy, I learned with my father there were three domains in nominalia. Nominalia ante rem, it was Platonism. Nominalia in rem, the names and the things. It was Aristotelianism that gave formalism in mathematics. And then Abelard made nominalia post rem. It gave rise to the concept of mathematics that is called intuitionism. Well, I think the Neurosophy, with the third domain of truth, is one of the applications of intuitionism to applied mathematics. And I see another one, and this other one is the one I shall try to bring to Egypt for the first time It is called transdisciplinarity. It has been founded by Basarab Nicolescu from Romania, still alive. It has a few Nobel Prizes inside. It's always the idea of a logic with more values, approaching different levels of reality, approaching philosophy of science, approaching complexity. So this is another dimension complementary to Neutrosophy that I think will arrive to Egypt, inshallah, next May. The other thing I might bring, if it is interesting, would be our Center of Philosophy of Sciences and the information from our UNESCO share on intangible heritage, in the place of the world where that heritage is the most tangible. Therefore, I'll keep everyday contact with Professor Salama and with all that are interested in corresponding with me. And then from May on, inshallah, I hope I will stay for a very long time in Egypt. Because nowadays, unfortunately, I'm retired and free. And I hope I can share my little knowledge and great force of work. Bismillah. Thank you. Bye.
Hello, I want to thank Dr. Ahmed Salama, and I hope to encourage the young people to direct about the Nitrosophik and its application. And this will be by efforts of Dr. Ahmed Salama, and thank you.